welcome. You guys, thank you so much for being here. This is a long video, but it will not waste your time. I had to edit through incredible lengths of time, and none of it is a waste of time. I will take you to three worlds that are together. I will take you to graves. I will show you at the end. I restop it where the teleporter is and where all their faces are on the trees, and right next to it. Oh yeah, right here, right next to it, where I just stopped there at the end. It just really is packed with undeniable information. I think I don't do this for this video really isn't for people to convince them. It's for you guys, the people that are already on board. It just kind of really help you with what's going on, how to process this, and just that, oh yes, I'm so glad that I wasn't wrong about this is just really help anybody. I'm the only one that will be able to present it this way. They do it for you. Over now.
You can see this is when I was stuck in the mud the other day. This was it. I was stuck above it. Look what happened to the trucks that tried to come up. Looks like someone tried to come up with like an RV or something. They really had trouble. Looks like they were probably stuck for quite some time right there. If it rains hard up here, just pull over. It doesn't matter what you're in, you're not going to be able to drive. You just slide off the road. It's this mystery mud. So I just closed it, sort of. Everything that you're seeing, I'm going to try to keep the commentary down so you don't have to hear my annoying voice, but everything that you're seeing, they did. Everything. I'm in here for a reason. They gave me a great reason to stop, I'll tell you later. Like they did something for me. I never know where I'm going to end up like on a day like today. You guys, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. I can't. I mean, I can, but I can't. They just did this. This is one of the last places I was at last year. I don't know if I filmed it for you or not. Let's go slow today. All right, let's go to their seats. Look at what they did, you guys. You figured humans would be more intuitive, you know? They're not. It's not. Well, some are, but like all of us should be more. You guys wait for this, okay? Mark, shh. I can't help it. It's what happens to me when I'm with them. That's who you know, not really the real Mark, the guy that's zapped to death all the time. Don't care. I want you to like me. Nothing more is more important to me. But I, at the same time, I can't let it bother me. Like if you don't, there's probably something wrong with you. I mean, you don't have to like me. Like I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying like I'm an honest, nice person. So if you just like for no reason don't like me, then there's probably a problem you have. So this is what they did. Listen, you guys, my first few years, I did a live video. This is where I did the live. I was live after Chills did a breakdown with me, and all of these people, like 300 or 400 people, were live in here. I don't know how I was live. Look at the turnout. That's the seats are right there, right there, back up in there. Look at the ground, you guys. Look at the different calibers. There's no way that stuff fell down. They're conditioned, petrified pieces of wood that are put into a trained, taught system with giant walking. It's all new, you guys. Like the way this looks is completely new. Look at this is the way it used to be. You see this? They'd have this, and there'd be none of this. Like this system going through the whole forest. Now, this is not the only place. It happened the same year everywhere. they started doing the ground system. This used to be a big scale structure. All right, let me get him to do something. I'm surrounded by giant X's. There's rock stackings out there. I'm only in here because look at their view from right in the middle of their seats. It's actually that, look. That's their view. I told you, that's where it's not just the view. It has to, I think it's everything. It's the ecosystem. It's everything into one. It creates the best spots for them. They have some kind of training thing back there. It's incredible, this place. Everything's a trident. This is completely changed. Now watch this. Let's see if I can be quiet and just show it to you. You got to really look because it's thin caliber. Some of it. Things happen here to me. Not just once, but like 10 or 15 times. 10 times. I probably haven't been in. I don't even think I've been in here 15 times. Close. Look at that view. Something moved up there. Not that. Thank you so much to my Patreons. They're the only reason any video. I don't know. I would love to say all their names. I think I could say their names. All of them. I know them all. All their names. Like active people. Well, I know a lot of the inactive people too. Yes, look at this. I remember this trident when this wasn't like this. What do you think about that? It's because I'm at the seats. But check this out. This is all new. Like that, you guys, since I was here, it's new, brand new, all of this. I know because I know this trident. And look what they did to it. Look at that, you guys. It's an X. It doesn't get any better than that. I feel so bad for the people when they die and they get their review, before the review board. And they're like, all those times you had chances to learn and do something amazing during that entire life I gave you, and you did nothing except worry about yourself and think everyone was lying to you. Bye, I never knew you. That's exactly what's going to happen. And then you get, people, no, that's ridiculous. No, you're ridiculous. It's got to come to the point where these people realize that they're the problem. Nothing else. Not the world, not God, not the presidents, them. They are the problem. The idiot typing on this, commenting on this in a negative way, he is the problem. He wants to be sure he never meets me. That's what I'm just kidding, wants to do. Look at that. I'm a heavily armed individual that hates, not dislikes, hates bad people. I have a strong, not like most Christians. I have a tremendous, strong dislike for people that are stupid. So someone that's here on this earth couldn't figure it out on their own, believe their TV, and then go around and just spew misery to everyone. You're my problem. You're who I won't tolerate. Because I'm here for good people, and you are the problem. But they won't know that, right? To them, they're perfect because they self-justify. Look at that X. This is a seat right here. Because you won't be kept here very long. If you show people or tell them for a fact things they don't know about, you will be stopped. There's a plan in place, and you're not allowed to affect it. You guys have never seen anything like this before. I really haven't. You guys wait till you see this. My pants are falling down. Hold on. No wonder. Because I wouldn't have came in because I think I know what it was going to be. Come on, chickens. You guys, look at this. This means, to me, it means little. It doesn't look like it, but that's, whenever I find this, I find little ones, like leprechauns. They're real, yes. Watch this. It's not just one. Ready? They're all connected. Watch. I don't even know how to film this. Watch this. I know they're going to do something. I can feel it. You guys, look over there. What the hell is that? Those two trees? Watch. That is connected by this one right here. Just as of today. Like today. To that. That is connected to that. That, I know it's annoying, but I have to. Is connected to. Look in between, you guys. Like whenever you see an opening, look how clean it is. All of this and those things are connected to. Oh, I'm not leaving here. I'm just going to stay here. This. Me and Nick should have some good video for you, I hope. Look, and then that. It's impossible. They're all connected together. Little. They're little. You don't get to see these little ones. I'm telling you, it's been etched in stone by it's like biblically etched in stone. You can though. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Absolutely could have them just sit on your lap. Some of it's them, just the way they are, and some of it's a knowledge, a technology, an advanced knowing. Like, look, they did all this for a reason. It's not for nothing. It's the whole forest, you guys. It's never been like this before. You would have seen it. It's like I don't know, like 100 times what it was last time. I can't turn the camera off, which means they're looking at me. I know there's some back there because that's where they have a training thing back there where they train the new ones. Yeah, what do you think about that? All right, you want to know one of the secrets? It's not easy to do, but it works. It can work. What do you do to get these guys to come out of their magic? Where he's just solid. Because it's happened to me by accident. You hide. Now, I can't do that right now. They would know where I was. But and I had this opportunity and I wasn't thinking about it. I just did it. So there's no way they knew I was thinking about it. I go into this ditch that put my head just at the level of the ground. They could not find me. They lost. And then finally, after 15 minutes, the one comes out of the magic to locate me. And then he came too close. When he was coming to find me, he didn't realize I was right here. He thought I was over there more. And then we were face to face. That's when I learned. Also, I learned a lot that moment. I also learned that they can't see each other. He couldn't see them once he left the magic. The only way he knows is the structure that it's on. So a lot of it, some of that, the structures is something that no one in the world can tell you. A lot of these structures are used seat right now. There it is. He's using it right now. It's mulch, you guys, marked with tridents and giant X's. It's their seat. Yes. Forgot what I was saying. I'm zapped. I know they definitely have me. You guys, I can't get over this. You just walk through here. It looked like this. Don't look at anything move over. It just looked like this. Behind me, what I just showed you. And now every single thing is white sticks and paste Every stump in the forest has, this is the least, has a decoration on it. Like how and when I would give any amount of money, even though I don't have any, just see them have like, okay, Mark's gone, let's change everything. Let me watch it in like with like 70 different cameras filming it. Please. Who would want to see that? Logic for a second. What I just showed you, just so little of it, right? Could you picture, just use logic, seriously. Like once over the line, use your common sense. Do you picture that being some little, like maybe, really little, like Ewok types, so what I just zoomed on over there. These brown, black types, they're like 3 feet tall, very skinny. They're just like any being you could imagine in a cartoon, right? That's what lives in there. As soon as you break the line, as soon as you get to the border, it'll start to change. Why aren't the giant trees there? I mentioned it in there. They don't use the big trees because they're little. As soon as you come here, all their worlds are together, but they separate. And as soon as you get there, what do we have? The big boys. You guys, look at this one. Look how it's split, and they put it there. Look, it's split. It's not an accident. Look. Next to a trident. That's how you know it's not an accident. It's very simple. I have never been wrong and never will be. I mean, like in life, but not when you hear my voice on these videos. I do it for them, you guys, and for you, but I will never make a mistake. That's why it's funny when people think someone's not being honest. It's like the guy, like basically someone should say, look, man, that guy works for God. So when you're denying someone that's trying to help you, it makes you look really, really stupid. But remember, dumb can't recognize dumb. So if someone's dumb, they don't know that they are. Mean this positively. See, we're getting to the big boys, the big leagues. And we're going to go back to the training facility. You guys, that's where I see them. I saw them all, not with my eyes, but so blatantly in the camera. I had someone here, and I was walking the training path, and they were all in this like group together at the end of it, like just in the bushes, like all of them just watching me to see what I would do on this path. And you can tell they were all noobs there with like their teacher. And that's back there. They even use like ribbons and stuff. Remember, they're advanced species. You're the one that's new. Walking around not believing everything. It's really embarrassing. Okay? Please stop. Just open your mind. You guys look at this. How they create this from this. That used to be this. Look. It's all mulch. Decorated boulders. Trail markers. Oh, another time in here. I was out there. I was sitting in one of their seats and I zoom over to like this teepee thing or something, and they're all in there. I was like, oh my God. They're here right now. I know because I'm starting to babble about, like, I'll start to say things like, how could you not believe this? And what's wrong with you? And oh yeah. So you can see the difference? Look where I am compared to what I was just showing you. The others. Bigfoot. There's the seats. There's the brand new tag. That's the tag. They actually put those up. I think they take them from other parts of the forest. Old seats. Remember, they use them and then they move over. Someone's walking in and out here all the time. Big boys. The big leagues. Remember Big League Chew? I think they still have that. You guys look at the new blinds in front of the seats. Oh, by the way, this is where I saw the deer. This giant deer. Okay, ready? You know I don't tell you stories. I was in here hovering. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't believe what they've done. Thank you guys so much. This is amazing to me. What you have done here. Look at the triples, you guys. So I'm walking into seats. This is what it looks like. Oh yeah, look. That's it. There's the beginning of the path. And it's all marked. See, look. See, they start there. There's one there. And then the beginning and the end is marked by Bigfoot heads. Or whatever, some being. Look, I swear, you guys, that's just stacked up in the middle of the forest. I filmed that. I saw that once before. And then, but when I filmed that last year or 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago, none of this was here. This. Oh wow, you guys! Look at this. Look at the way. Look at the way in. I was filming right here. You won't recognize it. I'm telling you. Look, watch one. Just process this. 2. Think about where I'm standing. And you don't want to give me $10 so I can do it again. I don't need to be here. I'm here for you. I've already done this, you guys, for 10 years. You do this enough. There's a number. Once you've reached a certain level, you can just go right in there with them. I'm real close. Look at this. It's talked about all of the time, they said. So they argue about it, apparently. I know. You don't believe anything, right? Why tell you anything now? What's the point? I mean, my Patreons believe me. Look, guys, look at the path. That's what I'm doing this for anyway. You guys, look at this. Big, huge, giant stuff. None of this was here. They did not used to be able just to walk right through. This didn't exist. How could you get all this much here? The seats are like right in here somewhere. Oh, there they are. Oh my God. They're disturbed, you guys. They're like just now disturbed. This is where I got to stay for a while. So I'm going to turn the camera. Let me take you to the seat, and then I'm going to turn the camera off right there. You guys really look at this. This is insane. They did this for you because I was about to pass here, and then they knew, and then they pushed a tree so I would come in. Like whipped it. Whip it good. Da-na-na-na-na. Oh, so you guys, the shorts that you're, look at this, the shorts that you're seeing and stuff, it's just to try to create $20 for this so I can do this. I'm not trying to be a social media star, although I get millions of views a month. Look at that. What the heck happened here? Yes, this is them. Look, see, it has an X with a tag on it. Giant new X's. Training grounds. I'm the only one in the world to ever find their training grounds. I didn't realize you could see to this spot from that down there. You can't, but if you were to like super zoom, you could. Look at that. What, you guys, what did that? Oh, X. Look. I mean, that is a tremendous gash. Look at, like there's power there. And then it turns. See, these tags are just too bizarre. There's no walking trails to here, you guys. Why would you put a tag on this tree? It's just stuck in the ground. It's a wiener. clumped. Man, I keep thinking I'm seeing others. Like I'm seeing like little, like what would be like a squirrel or something. I just saw it again. And then there's nothing there. Look at that triple. It's a one tree turns into a trident that goes up in the air. They made sure it was not on the ground. Look at this. I showed you that in giant scale just the other day. Trident, petrified trident. These are petrified tridents. You guys, that trident is like, 300 years old. Just that one branch. Look at the path. They changed it. It used to go that way. You guys, they changed the highway. A lot of people know what I'm talking about. So if you don't, it's because you don't follow me. I'm not going to explain. I'm done. I can't keep explaining because then the people that follow me have to listen over and over and over again. And it's not fair. While you were busy thinking something you were doing had meant anything important at all, we were discovering the unseen world and God himself. While you were twiddling your thumbs believing your TV. It's a really, really embarrassing thing. I would be so embarrassed if I was you. Not that you were doing that, but that when you were presented with the information, you didn't accept it immediately. That's what I would be really, really embarrassed. I mean, I'm talking like embarrassed. Like, it's all going to come, you guys. You're all going to face this review when you're dead. And all of the opportunities you had to discover this earth, you blew it. It was all there for you. But you chose because it was easier for you to say, oh no, or this or that, or not to do something. Because it's easier, right? You don't want your life affected. This is the world. And there are going to be tremendous consequences to pay. If you can't see that you're here, your presence here is extremely special and rare. You'd be like, Mark, there's 8 billion people. How could it be special? It's because 8 billion is nothing. My Jays are here means they're here, you guys. It means these guys are here. They would never be that close. They never come right to me unless they're with these guys. There's another one to my left. They're never alone, these Jays. Who's a good boys? Who's a good boy? When I do that, it's just to give them a tone. You can see he's very comfortable with me here. These are the birds of the unseen world. They're extremely brilliant. I've been in incredible situations with them, and then on video with them whistling, and them whistling at me. Hundreds and hundreds of times. You guys. This is insane, isn't it? Look, you see that trident? What about that one? Oh, you guys are trying to be so quiet, it's funny, but I can feel it. This Jay's jumping all around. I've had one land on my shoulder, you guys, in the middle of the forest when I was with them. So you have to be with the others. They landed right on my shoulder. I couldn't film it because I tried to. See, this is all them I'm walking in. I waited and then, oh, what the That could have been done by a herd of elk. But I don't think there's a herd of elk because there'd be poop on the ground. You guys see that? That used to be a highway that came all the way through, and there was a giant stacking of rocks at the end of it. And when I got to the end, which is right around here, those rocks are all gone. I cannot see the rock stackings. You'd have to go really out of your way to remove the rocks, you guys. And I don't see them unless they're hidden somehow. I'm looking. How could rocks go away? Did I not get there? No, I'm there, because this is where they were hiding. I was like right there. I think with Chris Kramer, I was like right there, and they were all right there, like behind like this tree, which wasn't there. There was some kind of line here. Everything changed. You guys look. See, when they do this, it's to quarantine, so it's to divide. I just stepped in this. Look at the ground compared to there. Where's that chart at? I'm going further than I hardly ever do. Because they know that's where I'm going. So let's go back where they're hiding. I'm zapped right now, excuse me. You guys, look at this. Where are the rocks? There's a huge rock stacking at the end. It's not there anymore. They took all of the rocks away. And the first one is there. I didn't walk to it, I was going to, but I zoomed on it. Another border. These are guys separating themselves from others, even though they're right next door. Look. This is all for one seat, which means he's big. So you see the difference. This video is so important to decipher the difference between when I first walked in and showed you the seats to the small tridents to this giant scale. I can show you this in amazement too, where they do it so flawless, but this is good enough. I mean, they do it pretty good here. Trident sideways off the ground. It's impossible. And I have filmed, I think, about 14,000 of them. I film probably 50 a day. Sideways tridents that are off the ground. So here's what it used to look like. This is what I was trying to tell you. That's what everything I just showed you used to look like. They somehow got all those trees and all of those sticks. And it just keeps getting to become more and more and more. I'll tell you, if there was ever an army of angels, here they are. They're already here. What do you think about that? The most amazing things have been happening to me. I'm in this spot. It's right there. That's the border. This is the border closing it, stopping, ending it. It's the most unique spot, right? Of like this. It's just a giant square. And then you have to step over a trident on that side and step over a trident right there to get into it. Right? And all these things are happening, like noises, and I start feeling funny, and then there's a trail marker, and then I come through here, and I'm like, so, you have to show you, like, I'll never show you a seat, and all of this, look at this. Well, this is a spot where you don't need that. It's this is it. Right here. They've been using it for a long time. You can see like all the old places, and then like here's their eating. It's all been disturbed. Oh look, they covered up the eating. Wait for it. So here's they've been, not a lot, but have been definitely eating here recently because it's a little early. The next week or so it'll become really good here. Well, they're already doing the structures, but as far as like the seats go, look. There's their pine cones. Okay, show me a pile of pine cones like that, I dare you. You won't be able to. I promise you won't be able to. Looks like from last year. Any day now up here. Well, they're eating already. And then look at, they put all of the sticks there. So those sticks are all just been put there. Look, it's like underneath all the other sticks to cover the pine cones, I guess. They literally covered them up. It really smells here. Right here, like a Christmas tree farm. Like it's been disturbed recently. Well, there's a spot right here. Let's sit right here. The G's, ever since I showed you the G's, there's a lot of time in between, but because I didn't film my way up here, have been following me the whole time. So now I sat down, and they stopped. So they're right there on the side of these trees. They're following me. Like, to use, I think it's remote view. Right there. I saw him a little bit. Trying to get him to come right here. No matter where I go, they just follow me. I just want them to be able to sit with me. They would if I came every day, but that's the fascinating thing. All of the Jay interactions you've seen have always been different ones. Well, I think so. I mean, it's hard to know, like, if there were the same ones as 2 years ago, but I think they're all different. So all the Jays are right here with me, and I've walked like half a mile. They're where I go, they follow me. It's so these guys know where I am, so I can't do my trick. That's all I've been thinking. I'm like, let me hide today. I'll do my trick today. I'll hide, and I can't find a good spot. Thought maybe this was good. Man, I can see my face because I took a shower this morning. Not that I don't shower, but like some days, like, there he is, my good boy. You guys are. I'm in a forest at 10,000 feet. Animals don't approach humans unless they're special. You guys have got to smell the newly disturbed pine smell is insane behind me. It's all these sticks, I think. You guys, I'm going to try to show this to you. I'm in it right now. Now, this isn't the first time, but I usually don't film it because these jays are just all right around me. They keep like, no matter where I go, they follow me. Together. They're all together following me. It's weird. Not the first time, of course. Tried it. What I call a Bigfoot tree with the trident at the top. And this is it. Okay, so this is a quarantined area. Those are the seats I was just in right there. And then watch. Look how it touches. Look in the stump itself. Now watch. It's hard to show. So this is it right here. They're big. It's all of what you're seeing right here. I gotta start showing it to you because it's important to know. So I'm inside, above all that I showed you. Look at this X, you guys. Now you're gonna know. I didn't even know this X was gonna be there. Look at this X. Wow. You guys, the stump part is up in the air. So I told you, this is it. Now you believe me. Like, just all like this. He's just walking, just giant beings walking all around in here. For what purpose? No, not exactly. I only know some of them. Look at that. And then watch. The big end's in the air. It's an X. And it's been done like really recently. All the structures, I'm only seeing a few seats that are dirt, but all the structures have been done recently. You guys look. So not only that, but it's all being walked on. All around the structure. Not as much in the middle, but all right along it. Are they not leaving these structures? Remember, we just think it's us, and then now we're acknowledging them. But what if there's countless other things that we don't know about? What if they hide from others? Like, as they're here, what if there's other beings or something they have to hide from as well? It's very possible. Look at this. I can't believe I made it up this far. I did it off camera, you guys. I just kept walking and walking. I mean, it's not that far. It's probably like a mile above the seats, the training place. You got to remember how far a mile is when you're walking in here. It's a far time. These big guys, you guys, this is really good. It's almost impossible to find this. Like, you go into their spots, like, they use me for training because they know if I see them, it's not going to be a big deal. I'm telling you, you'd be shocked at what the real truth of Colorado Bigfoot is. Like, well, you don't know any lies, but like all of it. If you just really knew what I'm really doing here, they can't help me with money and stuff like that. Look, I think they can, but they're not allowed. I can't believe I made it this far back. Let me sit down. These are all, so look. See these trees that fell? Everyone's pushed down on purpose. See how they're all in a system and all touching. Isn't it amazing that one tree that fell down isn't touching the other ones? This is an old gathering right here. I can tell is absolutely stood on the mulch, but was left. They move a lot. Not anywhere else, but like if they were there, now their new gathering place is there. Now it's where I just took you through. You guys look at that. Look where I am, you guys. Please just know where I am. It's very important to me for you to understand. This is not a hobby. This is the most important thing. Right there in that screen is the most important. It's more important than your children. It's more important than you. And it's more important than anything you will ever see in your entire life. Because that leads you to the feet of God. Over and out. That's all it right there. It's hard to film. Look how it goes up over and a lot of old spots like this. This used to be like a really like active place. Like just recently here too. Let it go. Well, I don't know. It's early. I'm up real high early. So which means they're here, but it's hard to see any like mulch yet. I like seeing mulch because when they make the mulch seats, they make footprints and stuff. Talk about ADD. My goodness gracious. Butterflies, they're like all over. What's it like to be a butterfly? Like, how is that? You guys ever just go that deep? Like, what happens to a butterfly if he dies? Like, I don't. This life is so complicated. And you guys want me to figure out the unseen world? Blatant. See this? See how there's dirt by that log, by that tree. That's not an accident. All there is, that's all that right there. I'm leaving it now. And now we're going to go over towards like Dog Manny. Yeah, I'm not kidding. The third. No, I haven't. There's a place over here that I found like 7 years ago, and I haven't been there since. And I want to see if it still looks like that. Someone's walking in here. Right here. This is all it, you guys. Look, it's all leaners. Special old burnt leaners. So what I'm trying to say is it's all tridents. It's everything you see. And then when you walk down, in other words, you got to kind of come up this way. There is nothing else. And then when you go down there, that's where all the real structures are. And when you walk out of them, and you come into the big giant open world, which is this. Believe it or not, this is what it looks like. And so I just wanted, it might help some people that are in, like, maybe thinking they're crazy and stuff. Like, I walked to this one place and I think that they're there. And so, believe it or not, every video you see helps somebody, if not more than one person. It should help all of you. If it's not, your head is not in the right place yet. You just got to open your mind. Your mind's not open. Look, here's the called Dogman place. There's a seat in the middle of all this. In the middle of all that, there's a round circle, like in dead center. It's like they used like a compass, one of those circle compasses, just to get the center. So let's see if this has changed. Shout out to Diesel. Diesel sent me these boots like 4 years ago. I love them. I use them like every day. I prefer to have, for this, I prefer to have more of a hiking boot on, but it's fine. It's good because they're heavy. And I can do like straight up mountains with them. And then next time you have hiking shoes on, it's even easier. Look at this, you guys. This definitely changed. There's a path in here. All right, I'm excited about this. Watch this. Let's not talk, Mark. Mark, if you could not talk during this, it would be amazing. All right. Thank you. You can see this thing. It's just coming up. There's one of the seats. It's right there. You see the difference? Like this, so the dude that's sitting under in this thing, to me, is different than the one that's out by the logs in the middle of the field. Different beings have to do different things. It's, you guys, do you see what I'm showing you? It's hard to see. It's nothing that you're seeing is on the ground. Let's put it that way. X. That is completely different than I remember. It was a long time ago. It used to be more teepees. I thought I remembered it more. More of these were up. There was more of this, I think. And then watch. You can just walk out of it. This forest. I show you the same thing every day. I just showed you that in the big scale. In the big scale forest, I just showed that to you. I'll show you. I'll put one up. It looks exactly like that. It's part of their system. I recognize it immediately. If I ever say I'm going to do that and I don't, it's because it's not right in front of me. And I didn't, like, so I'm making the video right now and I didn't want to. Grave. These are graves. I knew it. I know because I found it before. And they're always marked with the same things. And they always have a strange moss on them. You guys, I think these are graves, but I'm not trying to make this up. Look, there's many of them. I found them in such good shape. These are older. That this is a grave, you guys. Look, that I'm telling you. Look at it. It's hidden from anybody. All you have to do is dig right there. I would never, ever. Remember, I know I stand right in front of them and look in their eyes. I would never in a million years would I do that. I would destroy everything I've ever done. The reason I said that is because people, when I've shown graves before, people say, Mark, why don't you just dig there? You know, the dumbest things anyone could ever say. Because they're right over there. You dig there. I would never let you. I don't care what is there. Look at that, you guys. These are hidden seats. Look. I'm telling you, this is for the graves. I have other graves that are within like 3 miles of here. This is how you know, you guys. Look at what I showed you. Don't deny what I just said. Do the math. Look at this seat. That's an X. X. You guys, those are graves. Trust me, okay? Let's see if there's any more. There's like 7 or 8 of them. Look, here's where they're navigating in and out. This is a secret little world back here. It looks very active. All right, let's go find more piles of rocks and moss. The moss is very strange. Why isn't there any moss right there? Because that stuff comes from bodily fluids. You got to see it. A lot of times it's like a, whoa, that was a whistle. Here's what they always have at the graves. Look, behind that is a seat. I wasn't going to talk, but then I started seeing too much. You guys, look how clean it is. by the grave. If it was newer, it'd have that real blue. This is it, I'm telling you. There's one there. There's one there. Dude, there's more than 7, you guys. There's like 20. There's like 20 of these. They all have sticks on them, like on purpose.
One way to confirm this is where I am, but also the shadow that leads to him. It's never without. One thing I'm guilty of, and I think a lot of us are, is using logic within this world. You can actually, but not really with that. So like if you see something, and then you move around a little bit, you go over there, and it's different. That it wouldn't be if it was one of us hiding, right? But in their world, things can change in an instant. They seem to merge two. I don't want to say worlds, but two places together. Like it's almost like they can be two places at once. Is it dimensional? Is it? I'm saying blue. If you see blue, it's always blue. I'm like if you see, it's a beer can, it's a balloon. No matter what, there's always blue, and it's underneath an X. Isn't that amazing? Over and out, you guys. This is the real deal. You gotta just look through it. Open your mind. Free your mind. It's in a prison.
Arches and doubles. X's that are, look at the arch.
Although maybe not the most important, I think it's something that really bothers me about this, is that people can't see that there's a double there, that it's making a giant X at the top and there's an arch underneath it. And they won't retain everything I've shown for the last hour. Most won't even look at the video. They're just completely gone. That's what bothers me, that they can't see this.
One of the reasons is because you can't see how insane it is because of a lot of times if I impress you with stuff, it's because all of the branches are off. That's a grave. You guys, I used to be an excavator. I know what that is. Once an excavator, always an excavator. What is that? That's an alcoholic, sorry. Once an excavator, always an excavator. Hard job excavating. Remember, people think that they're like, I operate those machines. You don't operate anything. I ran a $70,000 computer on my machine. It takes like a year just to learn how to use it. I do offsets, read plans. These are not something a machine operator does. An excavating and being able to use the Home Depot backhoe is a completely different thing. You guys, look at this. Remember, just let me say this stuff. It's what happens when I'm around them. It's like a nerve thing. You guys, look at this. These are all around what looks like graves. That's where he sits, right there. Is it hard to believe after what I just showed you? Here's where they hide. These are different. Look, here's another one. You guys, this is it. I'm telling you. Remember, they're not all big. This would be big, like my size. And then look at all the excess sticks. There's more. There's another one right there. These are graves, you guys, and I think they sit there near them. These rocks all came from underground. These are all underground. And then look.
This is sort of a good example of how one can be affected in there. All I'm looking for is these shadows. I just can't get enough of seeing the shadows over their seats. Almost all of their seats have a trident or an X shadow over the top of them. But the interesting thing is I didn't see it. So I'm right there staring right at that X shadow, but didn't see the X shadow. And I'm looking for it. So how often does a regular person not notice anything? Always.
What a great place to come sit near grandma. Or King Foot. You guys, this is all their environment. Only I can show it to you in this way. Look at that. I'm sitting right in the seat. What are you going to do about it? Oh, I dare you.
I can't believe that. Look, I'm the one that figured this out, and I don't know that my foot is on an X.
What's it like to be like a lazy? Like, I guess I understand. I'm you know what it is? I'm actually really lazy. I just don't ever let it. I think, aren't we all like a little bit in that kind of sense? Like, I could probably stay home and watch TV today, I guess. But I just never would. That's boring. I've done that. That is not during this, but like throughout my life, like spent like a week at home just sitting there, like watching TV, and it gets real old pretty quick. It's nice to have a day to do that, but one
Camera pointed right at it. I haven't seen past this, but I believe I never saw it.
once in a while in this, I get that, but because like weather. But even when I'm doing that, I'm making videos and answering questions. And remember, I have a couple hundred. I'm about to hit 100,000. You guys on Facebook? Please go to Facebook. 100,000 subscribers for someone that goes into the woods is it might as well be 1 million because I'm in a seat. Look at it's an oh my god.
Okay, good. I do notice. I was getting worried. I cannot remember. I remember every moment of being there, I believe, but I don't remember the details like that. And I really thought like I didn't see it.
This has been moved. There's an X shadow, you guys. What are the chances? Do you know how many times I've shown you their seat with? I've shown you this. So the X just recently, and then right next to it was a trident in two videos ago. I forget the name of it. I literally show it to you. And not only that, but I had just shown you them. So that means it's the same thing. They're in here right now, just hiding like that. Especially because I'm near these piles. You guys, look. If you're new to this, if you go back in my videos, I take you to other spots where there's piles like that, and they're extremely, in some cases, extreme decoration. In Holy Cross, I'll show them to you this summer in Holy Cross. Extreme. There's ones up there that I found that I've never been able to find again. I think they won't let me find them. They're so blatant. And I feel like that they're limited. I think it's like if you're buried here, it means you were special. It means you probably have something to do with the unseen merger to this world. Like you were someone special here to these guys. That's what I think. Not just everyone gets buried here. I don't think they get buried where they're from, like under they're inside the earth. Try it. Yes, that's insane. That's an X. I told you it was a seat. If you don't believe me, you just get in the car, drive to the nearest mental institution, and just check in. They're going to make you more crazy because those people think that the truth is crazy as well. Isn't that funny? So people walk around. Let me get this straight. People walk around calling other people crazy who are actually the only ones telling the truth and the real secrets. And their only way to anything in this world, and they're mocking and ridiculing them. I got to figure this one out. I cannot understand that. So you're going to mock the only person that's actually sane is the person you're calling crazy. Go figure that one out. Wow. Yes, I'm just stuck in here. I'm in some kind of like graves. This is like a super environment. I'm so grateful. Because I hope it comes out. I can't tell on the camera. Because I just want to have a good video for you guys. That's all. I'll say it again. It's a lot of it's the gals. The girls. Who was I just telling them? Who was I talking to yesterday about it? Oh, Nick. I was talking to Nick on the phone. He's on the way. And look at that grave, you guys. That's right there. Look at the borders. It's not possible. That's made. It's a made environment. It's a grave. Someone very special is in there. Now, if I was to dig there, would they stop me? Distract. They wouldn't physically. They can't. They can, but they're not. As far as I can see, they're not. Maybe the guy that's related to him might break the rules, but most likely would not stop you. I could dig that up right now. It would destroy everything I've worked for 10 years. For what? Like, here, I told you, here's a bone, I told you. Mark, you need to get that DNA analysis. For what? For 4 people to see it? No thanks. That's someone's family member. Why would I do that? You guys, again, look at it. It's hidden from everywhere in the world.
there's that same shot again. The way I've been editing it, I haven't left, so this is just like a minute later or 2 minutes later. It's just the way I edited, but I have never like left this 20 feet. I've been right there.
Everything. A satellite couldn't even see that. So what else is back here? Look at these seats. So again, on the stump, which means little. These are little. Okay? These are a bunch of little people. You guys can feel how hard this is. This has been something, they've been here for a long, long time right here. Look. This is where you put like a trail cam. They'll know, but maybe they'll give you a show. So one of the reasons they don't is because, remember, it compromises their national security. So one might not care about his own, but he won't do it because he knows it could affect, his friends. I could go run to the authorities and have the army napalm this place. Another one. You guys, I go all over. No one in the world. There's not one human being that knows the forest of Colorado is better than me, and has filmed and documented it more than I have. Not even. You couldn't. There's not even a percentage. You could. No one's close, right? And I've never seen a spot that has that. Besides where I'm filming them. A tree fell on top of it. That's been like that a lot, like quite some time. I think that's been like that for 20 years, maybe more. Another one. And it's, you guys remember, I'm showing you these piles and not one of them isn't decorated. Why is it doing that? Did you see that? My camera just freaked out. Like, I think it was them. I'm not kidding. Whatever just happened to my camera was them. And look, they know I'm here, you guys. I'm having nerves like I need to go over there. Look, grave. Yes. Some of my grave videos have a lot of views on them, and they don't get trolled. Look.
You guys, I just have to say, every time I find these piles, it's more than you have seen. They are always watching me very carefully to make sure I'm not like leaving something or tricking. I mean, eyes are on. Like, it's very serious, like that I'm not gonna mess something up.
People like it, so that, because bad people, the bad trolls are like, okay, at least he's showing graves. As long as it's something that's like, I can think that's cool. Graves' death is cool. It's like, dude, you gotta like, you've been watching way too much TV, man. Look at this. Like everything is like some image, or you're trying to impress someone with, because, like, in other words, if you said I love you, that would be way uncool. It's just time. It's over. It's over. Just to become a human. Look at that. I'm zapped. Ignore everything I'm saying. Yes, there's a whole other one with leaners and everything. I gotta go in there. This has never been here. Like, it is, but not like this. I sound like a broken record. Remember I told you I found this. I was too new. It was like.
You want to hear a secret? So, like, it wasn't here. I was somewhere else, and recently, and I was like, how come this and that? And I said, how come you won't let me know, like, who you are and where you're from? And they literally, the guy said, like, Mark, you already know. It was just like the last time, but it's not time yet. You don't, so I'm on like this time release. So they did it all at one time to me. I've explained to you over the years. They told me everything they said. And I said, well, how come I don't know? They're like, you'll know when you need to know. And then that's been happening to me now for years. So one day, just keep me here. One day, I will be able to show everything to you. They told me. If it's not me, it's going to be because of me. Someone else will.
Say I did this. It was just to be a layman, be your friend, not try to put on a show, and just do this for real. Backfire. If I had lied to you and put on a show and made a big intro, I'd have 1 million followers. So if I had lied to you and been dishonest, that's all that's out there. Lying is the new thing. I mean, it's like crazy. So if you're honest and good, you guys are good. You're going to lose your minds when you see this. This is insane. I looked up and it just wiped every single word I was just saying away. If you offered me $1 billion, I couldn't tell you what I was just saying.
Don't sweat it, Mark. We all have no idea what you're saying either.
This is why. Wait for it. Look at this. Yes, there's a road. Oh my goodness. When? How did I ever know this was here? These are little. This is little. The big ones help, but it's little. You guys, do you see that? There's no way that's floating like that. It's not possible with it looking like that. These are runners.
I'm going to see how well you've been listening for 10 years. It's not an A, it's not a B or a C, even a D or an E. I'm just making this up. What letter is in the middle of their runner?
There could be hundreds of them right there. They're all little. Look at that piece of wood. Tell me it's not like a half a trident. One of their faces. It represents the Bigfoot head. X. Funk. X. Trident X. They, I don't get trolled on these because they can't say a word. I'm the guy. Remember, I'm the one that made it where no one could say anything. The only time you ever see a troll on mine is when they're just like commenting real quick. They see it for 1 second and they write a comment. They don't know there's a history and hundreds of thousands of people and thousands of world records. They have no idea. They're all oblivious to the world they live in. Like, I shouldn't say all, most. Just completely oblivious and have been trained to only care about money. They worship money. I feel so bad for these people. You're missing your whole life. But Mark, I drove a Lamborghini and your whole life is gone. It's over. You learned nothing. The Lamborghini got you nowhere. No one liked you. Actually, driving that Lamborghini, you look like a fun. You don't look cool. You look like an idiot. Guess what? You can drive all the Lamborghinis you want. I'm still better looking than you. I can still kick your ass. I'm smarter than you. I'm closer to God than you could ever dream to be.
I just had to finish, but they got that car and they're going to mold their whole life around it. They're going to start a page. They're going to start a group. He's going to be the leader of the Lamborghini Facebook group. He's making payments that he can't even afford. A lot of these people, have you seen the videos out there? These kids are making $2,700, $3,200 payments on like BMWs and stuff, and they make less than that a month. What's happened to us is bewildering to me.
And I have a personal relationship with beings that mold this earth. But you get to drive a Lamborghini, so have fun with that. It'll never change how ugly you are on the inside.
Remember, these are my words and my interpretation, so it's not going to come out the right way, but this is what they're telling you.
I haven't seen or heard anything in here, but that's the way it always goes with the little people. Look at this there. You guys, this is being used like right as I got here. Look at this. never quite seen any. This is like a village, you guys. So I'm telling you, those are graves. Just trust me, okay? I would never want you to think that about them if it wasn't. That's how you, even if you like trust me more than anyone, but you have trouble with that, that's why. Because I would never want you, all I want you to get from my videos is something that's going to lead you further in the truth. So if those aren't graves, I don't want you to think they are. So I know that they are. So they tell me. So it's important, that's all. And so that's how you can believe me, because I would never, look at this, you guys. I would never tell you, because I don't, it's not going to get me any views, and I wouldn't want you to think something that's not true about them. It's very, very important to not think things that are wrong about them. It could set us back a long time. The further we get on the right track, so they can't just volunteer all the information, but if you figure it out, they'll be standing right there waiting for you. That's the only trick in this whole entire subject, is we have to figure it out. What's it called? Human free will cannot be stopped by anyone. Not God, not anyone. He I mean, maybe if he really felt like it, but that he made it that way because you are in a test, and most of us are blowing it. Try to squiggly one. This, remember I told you could put your beer on it? That was done very recently. Looks like it was just done today. And then the leaner, you guys. Look at this leaner. Look at that. Oh, I like that. That's something that people used to find before I did this. It was the one thing that some Bigfoot guys found. They'd go like this. They'd find these. They were obsessed with these leaners. And then when I came along, they stopped doing it because they didn't realize they were doing everything wrong. But they weren't wrong. They were right about that. I used to tell you that was one of the most important things you could know in this, is those leaners. Some people were like, I was surprised at the response of the leaner videos. People were like freaking out about it. Like, Mark, thank you.
Hey, a lot of times you'll see me do this. I'll zoom, and maybe you won't be sure what it was. A lot of times I'm just taking a closer look. Like I wanted a screenshot of that, and I leave it because I thought it was interesting enough to get a closer look at it. Other times, I'm showing you a timestamp of them, so it's not always me trying to show you them. It's just taking a closer look. Like I wanted a closer picture, and I just leave it. Did you guys see all the rainbows, like the colors? It's like rainbow colors all over the sticks there. Now, it could be the lighting, but I find it interesting that it's just there.
I just here to help you. I never leave here, so it's a little easier for me to help the people that can't always do this. They have lives and jobs and families and can barely pay the bills even doing that. So I'm here to expedite so you don't have to go through the 10 years I did. Look at that. You don't have to go to 600 of those places so you finally know what that is. I've already done it for you. Wow. I want to linger in there, but I'm not going to. I just want to linger. I want to be a lingerer. Oh my goodness. Yes, look how blatant this is. I told you all those in the middle were theirs. That's all theirs. It's not the wind. Nothing is common sense. Trees being pushed uphill. If that was the wind, then why are those going that way? You dumb, stupid people. Oh my goodness. Okay, so love you, stupid people, but you're just stupid. I don't know what to tell you. Trident. What's amazing, it's a quadrant, and then it's bending. Look, it shows you where to go. It literally is exactly what it's doing, is telling you where to go. Those are the graves, the seats, and a world of little people next to a giant world of huge beings. Above a world of another type of beings, which are the ones when you first walk in, when I was first turned on the camera. I don't know. I might start with the graves. I'm not sure how you're going to see this. But just know I came in, showed you all the most amazing things. Look, there's more of it. Why does that piece of dirt look like a giant Bigfoot face? It's like a tree they pushed over, but it looks like a cartoon face or something over there. Remember, be open-minded, like even if you're me. Like you think you have a grasp on this, you always leave it completely open that anything could be. Like, what if they do this? What if they do that? Never like deny anything. Always leave it open. It's very, very important to them. Because let me tell you why. Because the real answers are answers that you're barely going to be able to understand and process. And they need to know that your mind is open. Because you're going to be shocked when you start to understand this earth for real. For entertainment purposes only, there's nothing to understand. It's exactly what you think it is. No, all the ghost stories are fake. Everyone lied. The 61 million ghost stories online are all just lies. None of them happened. Oh my God. That's what people have to understand. No one's lying. The only people lying are the ones making these fake videos. Like, you can tell it's fake. But no one that does what I do, that has following and supporters, lies. What don't you understand? I would never do that. I would never let down Gene Matlock. Right, Gene? Just kidding. I wouldn't, though. I would, that means, that's what life is to me. Like friends and stuff, like, all I would care about is if I did something wrong and they caught me. That's one of the reasons I would never do it. Well, I think the main reason is I just would never do it anyway. I keep hearing like a thumping. Look over there. See, like above, that's the graves and the seats in there. There's two giant leaders. There's a trident that shows you how to come in, and then you come down out of here. I probably would end this, but I'm seeing so much, you guys. A lot of it's ancient stuff. Like petrified old. It's impossible for me to tell how old it is, but like could be, 500 years old. Some of it. And they're using it new. Like this has all just been done. Well, since it's been done this spring, but it's been since I was here last. Which, well, I think I wasn't here. That's the thing. I was here, but like not. I was way out somewhere else. I'm never in here. I did not know this was this vast and deep in here. So right here, this is all a network of them. This is where those little ones, I think, can kind of spill out a little bit to where the big guys are. Yeah, and you better believe those big dudes. There's all kinds of disturbances under that leader. Well, I don't know about all kinds, but there's disturbances under the leader. What the is that?
Hello, Mr. Other. I feel like my name, The Others, really sells them short. I do not want you to underestimate the value of these beings when I say the others. Like they're less important. These are the most magical, special beings that you could ever imagine. This is the most important thing you could ever know. Okay, it's not an opinion. I'm telling you a fact. This comes straight. This is a biblical thing. It's up to you to make your decisions. And I'm telling you guys, so many people will make the wrong one. So many. Don't be one of the masses.
Do you believe me now?
I don't.
How do you like me now? Didn't that guy die? Yeah, he did, didn't he? I'm not a country guy, but I liked him. Toby Keith, I liked that guy. How do you like me now? Now that I'm on my way. You still think I'm crazy standing here today. Right? There you go. I just sang the word. I wasn't even thinking about it. Could you imagine, in 20 years, this becomes the only thing you should have ever listened to in your entire life? And then watch the back pedal. It'll be the most amazing thing in the world. So I'm the most famous person and everyone that's involved in this to ever exist in the world. And just watch them come running. Just watch these terrible, bad people backpedal and come running. Oh, Mark, I knew. I was just giving you a hard time, and someone's got to bust your chops a little bit. And it's just like, I'm going to be nowhere to be found. And join me now, because when this blows up to be something very, very large, and they're going to try to track me down, no one is going to be able to talk to me. I am here now, not then. I'm so burnt out on the reception of humans.
I just had to stop and give this guy some advice. Mark, stop seeking validation from humans on this earth. This is an earth. Let me give you an example. This is an earth that crucified a perfect man. So no matter who you are on this, I'm talking to other people as well. No matter who you are on this earth, no matter how great, no matter what you do, in fact, the more great you are, the more that you do, the more you will be struck down and clobbered over the head by evil. It's right there, and it's going to be right there ready to meet you. As long as you take the proper preparations, it cannot touch you. It'll surround you and attack you in other ways, financially, whatever it can do around you, but it can never directly confront you.
They weren't bad or anything. I just knew to walk out like 10 feet, like out to here. Or at least I thought I did. When you find the little ones, there's nothing quite as cool. You probably, I mean, maybe if you're like a woman, that's why I like the girls in this. I started saying something about the girls. Oh, how good they are in this. Because they have that intuition. They don't have ego. Like where men have ego. And then the guy sees me doing this, and because he thinks he's good out here, there's not a man on earth that can come close. You could have hunted for 600 years, and you're 100 years behind me in the forest. You know nothing of this earth or this forest if you've hunted for 50 years. You just think you do. This is something called ego. When you know nothing in your bright little orange jacket hiding in the bushes, waiting to shoot Bambi. Could you imagine if it was your season and I get to come find you? Would that be fun? Open season. Who do you think would win out here? That's why I said, make sure you don't meet me. I don't know who you think you're listening to. But I didn't do this, and I don't get to be up here because I'm a All right, I've got to get out of here. You guys, look at this. This is a whole nother place that just got made. It used to be just like this. I'm very, very familiar with over there, not here, except that I have been here to look. In fact, I did a video through here last year, like a clip of it's right through here. I walked out. See, look at the eating, you guys. None of this existed. These are new ones coming into an established forever area. You guys, look at how much eating is there. Someone's raking it out.
Let me just try to make this a little more clear, okay? That mulch, which is 100 by 100 and feet deep, and every single stick and tree that you're seeing was not there last year. It doesn't seem to resonate with you. They can't seem to understand what I'm telling them when I tell you that it didn't exist the last time I was here. It's very important for people to start understanding the words that I'm telling you. I don't just make these things up. Do you see where I'm standing?
It's all being raked out, yard saled. Look at it. Ooh, this is a big one. Told you the holes weren't for... There's holes there. Like I get yelled at when I've explained 700 times why there's an indent there. They punch it. That's it. It goes nowhere. It's a punch, and then they fill them with those pine cones. That's the others. Okay, which is a perfect cover because any human will just think a squirrel did it.
I haven't watched beyond this exact second, so I'm not sure if I'll mention it. But look at the third one pinched in the middle. It's something I've seen 1,000 times. Without exaggerating.
Because they're human. It's the most embarrassing thing to be these people. Like, I'm just embarrassed for them. I'm so embarrassed for regular people that they walk around thinking that they have any bearing. It's really painful for me. It's very difficult. I shouldn't care, but I can't help it because I care about them and watching them just waste their whole entire lives with the incorrect thoughts is things that just aren't even true. They just made it up. They accepted what they believed because it made sense. You follow me? You guys, we came into something real here, you guys. This is the one where I told you I cut out of it. I didn't know it went that far in there. Look, there's another one with a star structure. There's another one with a giant star structure and X.
You guys, thanks for so much for still being here. I'm letting this kind of drag on. I've edited an incredible amount of time out of this, but I think it's really important to keep as much as I can. So it helps people understand, especially people that go out there. It'll really help them, understand how I did this. I don't like to keep secrets. I want to help everyone the best I can. I'm not trying to make myself better. Like if you're a 10th degree black belt teaching your students, you might keep a couple secrets for yourself just to be sure you can kick their butt later. Well, I don't want to do that because that's not what this subject is. It's not there's no greed. This is the most wonderful, amazing thing in the world that leads directly to the feet of God himself. If you have any hesitation over that at all, it's the world that's done that to you. You've been misguided. And you know that I'm right because you have that inkling in the back of your head. It's like an inconvenience for you to change your mind.
Nick, I might have to bring you through this, Nick. We'll see. We're going to be doing other stuff, but look, you guys. This just got built. These are giant teepee structures. Is that why? Oh, so maybe this is it. It just hit me. I got a smile on my face like that I didn't put there. I think they did it. So that's why the tree was pushed. Oh my God. They wanted me to see all the new stuff. Because I was going by, a tree came out into the road and flipped back up in the air. And I was like, oh, you want me to go? I just played along. Like, oh, you want me to go in there? I don't know if that's what they want me to do, but I think it is. That's a seat, and it's being used. Look, it's red, you guys. This is what I was looking for. I was finding these earlier that were from last year. These are all active. Here's how they are, right here. All you got to do is one day I'm going to film you with them in here with the others, just me and them. And then I'll have to move to Bora Bora because they're going to come get me. They do not want you to know anything. Okay, this is not a conspiracy. This is an absolute fact. For entertainment purposes only, I'm just kidding. They do not want you to know anything. Okay, it's everything in this earth is kept from you. And I'm on the inside of things. Nothing is kept from me. So it's very frustrating. I want to help. Other people, even though you think they care, they don't care about you. And they don't want to help you. They're just happy to be privy to the information. I know things that I can sort of really can't say on the internet, but I can parlay into fact for you, so it'll really help you. Where without that, you'll have nothing and wander the rest of your life knowing nothing. Or I can show you for a fact on the camera and take you to the feet of God himself. For entertainment purposes only, nothing exists, and you're really just dreaming. I don't even live. I'm not even alive. You've just been in a dream for 10 years. Does that make sense? I'm so zapped. You guys, do you see this? Something's is going on the edge. I just checked it last year. There was nothing like this. Look, they just did that. I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, and then I was in the middle. I had all kinds of things going on around me. Couldn't see anything. They were so new I couldn't see them. But you can. So if they just uninvisibilize themselves. Did he say uninvisibilize, unsubscribed? Do you see what I'm talking about? Oh my goodness. That just comes from one joke. It comes from 8 years ago when I was zapped out of my mind. I'm filming a video and I go, because I have a disability, ADD. So I'll reference movies or a song will come to my head, or I said it was from Young Frankenstein from when I was a kid. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, but I saw it like 50 times when I was a little kid. And I looked at something like this. Well, no, it wasn't even a blatant structure like this. These are all seats. 40, 50 of them will sit right there. All little. Look. Something like this, and I go, but that is normal to me. But I was like, this is Abby normal. That's all I said. It just came to me for some reason, that movie, because I'm ADD. It was like, and on the jar it said, the brain said Abby normal. A lot of you know what I'm talking about. And he said, did that guy just say Abby normal? Unsubscribed. That's what it said on YouTube. I was like, thank God. What does he think? Like, does that guy think it matters if he leaves? Look right there. Do you think any of you? I mean, it doesn't matter. No one cares. You're a bad person. Good people don't say and do things like that to others. We encourage people, even if we feel like you do about them. Like at that moment, I'm going to turn, instead of saying what you did, I'm going to encourage them, even when I really don't want to. I really want to say what you did. I'm going to encourage that person and feel so much better about it later. You guys see the trail? I am not where humans get. I'm here on a motorcycle. There's no way to get here. You mean you could eventually, I guess you could get here, but you wouldn't. You got to understand how well I know where I live. It's my job to know. I'm an explorer. I'm a modern day explorer, maybe one of the only ones. And I do go where no man has ever gone before, because they're not allowed to go. Only I'm allowed to go. I'm just kidding. Well, you'd be surprised. So if you guys want, it's not that long, but I'm only taking, like, Nick's coming up, but I'm only doing a couple paid trips this summer. So there's probably one or two. If you want to be that very special person, this is a paid trip. But at the same time, I also, like I was telling someone recently, I just want to keep it, I don't want to keep it like on a professional level. I want to keep it on a personal. So yes, you'll pay me, and I'm going to protect you and guide you as the rarest guide on this earth. I'm the rarest guide that's ever lived on this earth. But I got to chart, because it's getting to the point where I can't. I'm like, I have to leave. So like, these have to be paid trips. But like I said, I just want to keep it informal. Like, I don't want to have to go out of my way. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. How are you today? We're going up to Bigfoot Universe today. We're going to be looking at 3 different X's. One is a trident. One is from Saturn, and one is from Jupiter. I'm not doing that. I want to be best friends with you when you come up here. Look how everything has changed. And look, guys, what did they do to this tree? This tree was here, but it looked completely different. It didn't have, I don't think it had 3. It didn't have all this stuff on it. So off camera, I had a huge thank you. I really appreciate it. I can't believe this. This is amazing, like how incredible what you have done here is. And so more than likely, nobody noticed that these are the 3 oldest pieces of wood in the forest that had been burnt, and there hasn't been a fire in this area in over 100 years. So they are preserving those pieces of wood, just like they seem to do with all of the old. The older, the better. Thank you so much I believe they stopped me, you guys. They don't let it go by. They don't want to, this is a big deal to them, I didn't film it like where I was parked and stuff, but it might recall, for some people, it might help you. This is where they've made my own, they made me my own parking place with a twisting long, all structures around me with a twisting long pointer that comes all the way through, twists through stuff, and then points at where I'm supposed to park. And then they even put a special rock for my kickstand. And that's where I park every single time. They did it for me. So there's lots of things that the world doesn't know.
So they think I'm just randomly walking around this forest. They don't understand that at this place they made me a parking spot.
Just what, it's exactly, you were exactly go that way, you'd end up at the graves. I can't believe how much has changed. I'm more in awe about that than I am just how good the structures are. Like, overnight, you guys. This is a place like Chills the Scene, like the most famous, like he's one of the most famous YouTubers. He's got like insane amount. He's 2 different channels with like 10 million subs or something. I haven't checked his channel in a long time. Border. This is someone else's. You cross these 2 and you're in the next dude's. Love this forest. I've been in here at night. Do you know I was only in here at night for like 5 or 10 minutes? Just where I first come in, because that's where. Look at this. I was in here in the pitchest of blackest of nights, but I'm down. I was down at the bottom of this. It's nothing really too much happened. But if you want it to happen, you come. Like if I had walked way up here, that's a mile down. If I was way up here and just sat in here, you better believe it'll happen. That's when the others will do stuff. A lot of times it's little beings doing things and people think it was Bigfoot. That's the funniest thing. Like I always know. I know. If you ever have, let me just be serious. If you ever have a question in this, if you ever just want to, I can answer any question for a fact. They gave me that ability. Well, they told me everything that a human is going to need to know. And I said, well, how come I don't know? And they said, well, you'll know when you need to know. And that was years ago, and now I know. It's pretty crazy. And it just keeps coming and coming. And I'm not psychic. I have no abilities at all. It's the opposite of that. It's just spending time around people that do. What's that guy say? Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Well, these are my friends. Believe me, whether I'm infamous or famous, I'm the most well-known human being among the unseen world. So they know me better than any human. I've come the closest. They told me, and they told me that if I leave here, that I'll be just like everyone else because you have to be here to be the closest. I think there's other places, but they won't tell me, like near you somewhere. But they said if I just go to Pennsylvania and try to be there, I'll be okay for a while, but you're never going to progress because they're not going to help me progress because I have to be here with them. So I was like, okay, that's why I'm still here, going into debt and bankruptcy because I believe that's what's important about life, not like how good your job was. I think if you had a good job, it's great. I really do. That's a seat. It's one of my favorite seats. It's been disturbed a little bit. Just not yet. Wait till you guys, if I show this to you, if I come back in here, this will be a giant circle. There'll be another circle there, another circle there. They just quite haven't sat here yet. Not for an extended period of time. And then, of course, all of that. Let's end this here. I'm super zapped. All of that, right? All of it. Except maybe when you're in those graves way back in there. It's with your eyes. You're always seeing it. Is looking at that. All of it. I told you, they don't do, the big worlds all have a view. It's all to appreciate what they cannot see where they're from. Okay? What I just told you is something they have told me. So maybe I haven't made it clear. The things that I've been telling you aren't my opinion. They're the things they told me. Yeah, maybe I haven't told you. So everything I've been telling you for like a year now is all, unless I specify otherwise, is all things they have told me for sure. So you can Rest assured. But usually I don't like to say anything unless I can show it to you. I feel like that's the best way to do it. I'm not going to tell you I sat in the seats with them. I'm going to film it, right? If I sat in the seats with them, I'm not going to ever tell you because I want to show it to you. Stories, or even if you believed every word I said, it's still not good enough for me. I want to show it. It's too special. These are all seats. See in here? These are all. Remember, all you have to see is it clean. Those are seats, and then look at the shadows. They put shadows on purpose on their seats. I filmed it 600 times, an X and a Trident together on their seats. No one knows. Not one person knows. $20 bill. When I was there, I just stopped for because of this. This is a special place of mine. I normally wouldn't stop. Like they just did this. They did it last year. Last time I was here, they had done this and this. Yeah, I don't think they wanted like a motorcycle coming down here. There's their structures. There's their brand new heating. It's the little ones. All the little ones in there. Is that if you, as the crow flies, it's a little bit of a journey on the bike because it wraps around. But I realized that from those graves that I was at, when I was calling graves, that the another ones I have are that are right here that are clearly marked that are more open are right here. So if you were to cut through, if you could fly, it's really not that far. A mile. So you just, like, we're walking through the woods and came here, it's like the same forest. Right? And then you come here, and here's where I found these. They're starting to fade, but they're all graves. Like, highly decorated graves. Sorry, I have a bee or a bug on me. Right? And then here's something that I always see. I forgot to look for it there. But at a grave, they always do the bend, and they point at it. That's on top of one of them, I think. This bone gets moved. Every time I'm here. Oh, look, because they've been here. That was not there last time. That bone was up there. I remember for some reason. They got pine cones there now. Like a seat. There's their seat. These are the other graves. That's a grave right there. It's right there. It's some kind of marker to walk up to it, and they come and visit. It's just like us. In fact, they love deeper than us. In fact, we're not good at love, so we're horrible at it. Right? How do you love? Only one way. Conditionally. Right? Your love comes with conditions, doesn't it? Why is that? Because you're simple. You're a human. Stop thinking you're cool. You know what I mean? Not you or me or the people that are listening to this, but just like the world out there. What's wrong with these people? Where did the egos come from? You know what I mean? You might be one of the biggest morons to ever exist on Earth, yet believe yourself to be one of the most special people on Earth. This is the work of no other than Lucifer himself. Just remember whose earth you live on. Darn it, I have one of those OtterBoxes. Every time I put the clip on my pants or my pocket, and I'm in the woods, I lose it. Thankful that I didn't lose the phone. Oh goodness. Look at that view. I can't zoom. Oh yeah, I can. Nick, if you're listening, that's the view I was me and you were talking about. It starts right here with them. Oh my goodness, look at the snow, guys. It's chilly too. Reverse, sorry, because I'm all the way up. I don't know what the elevation is right here. I would say, I don't know. I can find out easy enough. Pretty high up, as you can see, there's the snow, at least 10,000. Right here in this forest. Oh yeah, that structure. I wanted that structure, if you can see it, and I filmed them. They were hiding like as I was filming it, right there. The most unique standalone like structure. Hopefully you can see it. There's another one there now too. I should just film the forest. What if I zoom in a little bit? Let's see if I can do this one. You know, I like to do the handheld. It's a little bit informal, but you know, the GoPro's just there. This way I can go like this. You can see some of like there's a triangle with some other trident underneath this structure right there. All these spots. Look at that colossal structure. That's brand new because that's never been there. I know this forest because I enter here so well. That's all I do is stare. I don't go in that much, but from here. Wow. He spy. He couldn't stand to not tell everybody. I'm gonna run. I'm never where I wanna be. There's a spot right there. Look at that thing. His field go through a giant stump. That's amazing. And he's just been saying the last year or two. I call it him, but whatever that spot is there, just spilling out. I bet you if I go, there's seats right there. That's exactly what's right there. It's on some kind of dome. I gotta go up in there one day to see. And then all of a sudden one day it just starts spilling out like everywhere else. Great place down there. Well, this is in case of salmon out there. I see it right in that corner somewhere. Very secret place of mine. I hate to even show it to you on there, but I will. It's right there. It's got giant black X's. Everything that I show in the big worlds is in there. Just right there. I swear. A whole entire micro world in a 50 by 50 area. You guys have seen it. All giant structures. I filmed them, from up in that forest with a couple people down. I was zooming down into here where there's like teepees and stuff, and they were big, and they looked like Bigfoot. Over now. Unless you want to see the white X. So up here, I was thinking about taking the new Dick. Electric pipes. Place. Yes, I managed to drive all the way here. I remember we had a 7-year-old here, and it was active with others. Like I saw like in the not with my eyes, but in the video. Okay, they did that right there. They seem to be attached, little ones attached to things in there. We went in there, there's seats in there. And then look here, I'm not filming a video here because I was just here recently, but you guys, let me just show you this real quick. It's a different light. Because I've already filmed a video today, like a video, I don't want to add too much. I'm going to have too much information for myself. But watch this. So this is theirs. I don't know if this was some kind of, it used to be a hunting blind or something, but I think it's been kept going.
I would like to say, or what was I going to say? Oh, I would just like to say how badass, and I'm being completely serious, is anybody, I don't care if you're in a wheelchair and you're still here. This is like almost 2 hours and you watched this whole thing. You didn't slide through, you watched the whole thing. You guys, I cannot emphasize to you enough how important and how special and how big of a deal that is. It means that your brain is either on the right track, has been on the right track, or wants to be. Remember, I'm not offering a religion here. What I do is all just already there. There's no, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to get people to follow some cult. This is done by, magical people.
I think maybe 100 did this 100 years ago, and then they use it. I think that's why they like it, because someone's going to think it was a person. It might have been originally, but it's right in the middle of them. As you can see, I just got to show you these two things. This giant, ancient 500 years, 1,000-year-old trident, or their images. And then their actual teleporter.
Keep in mind just how high up I am. This is actually lower than where I am. It's just a spot where I can see on my bike. I would give you an elevation, but I don't want to be wrong. I'm not sure where I'm at. I think it's 10-ish, 10.5.
The amount of attention I got on this, because people, even the regular people, started breaking this down. They're like, "Oh my god, there's no way it could be," because of this. There's another like logged way up in the sky. Let me see. Hold on. I'm looking to see if it's different. See how it's like a seat? You can just see him sitting there. Oh yeah, the one that's way up there. It's so far up in the tree. There's no way someone could have got that up there. It's an entire tree that's going up like that. And you'll see, this is their system, and this is where he's coming out of, and it's always mulch and always being used. And it's one of the most fascinating things. Right now, remember where I am. Right on the other side of this, right through there, just 100 yards, are like the most perfect standalone X's and tridents you'll ever see. This one, people were like, "Oh my god, I guess Bigfoot did do it." Look at that one up there. There's no way. Like, why would you? You know.
Just in case of STM, their faces are within 75 feet of me, 50 feet, 100 feet, all over the trees. And then there's an entire world that I filmed last year right on the other side. And then I'm in the middle of the land of tridents, the land of leprechaun, whatever I call it. And all of these surrounding, literally worlds are around this.
This be the last thing you'd be like, if you were making this, you'd be like, "Hey, let's hoist one 50 feet up in the air." You just wouldn't do it. And you can tell the way it's done. It's not done. It's a system. There's a reason for this. It even has a roof, you guys. Look at that. And then right through there, you can see. I don't want to film this because I just did this. But since I was going by, I just had to stop that. I knew I could get in the back way. I figured I would just stop. So all that. Right? I showed you the structure down there. They come right out of that thing and go into this world. Oh, I just swallowed a bug. I didn't swallow. I got stuck on my throat. And here's their world. That's a blind. It's all disturbed. It's all, I did it. It's intricate, unbelievable. Oh, good. You can see one. Look. Now you'll believe me. Because it's like real good. It's a trail marker with like a petrified leaner through it. And then next to it's a trident, and then the X, and there's a giant X right there. You can just see the two from it. Underneath the giant X is a round circle. I filmed that. Okay, so that's enough. I just stopped by. Look at that, you guys. Is that it? Oh yeah, the circle's like right there. There's a seat right over there. He's like, bink, comes over there and just sits there, does this thing, and then he goes back. It's like, so I'm starting to realize that it does look like, because remember I told you they told me everything, but these are some of the things they don't tell me, but I think I'm figuring out that it does look like they go to certain points to come and go. They can't just come and go where they're sitting. Maybe at that seat they can do that, but there's definitely seems to be points of entry. And the other confusion is that there's so many different kinds that I don't think there may be no pinpointing an exact thing, because there's a lot of different things going on. When an Asian spins her neck, I'm never where I wanna be. Look at that. Which tells you, that tree tells me, if you could give you the map of my head of the worlds that surround me right now, the 50 seats, the land of the leprechauns, I mean, it's all right around me. And that thing's right there. It shows you this area has always been, I would have loved to have been here 200 years ago. What's down there? Oh, land of the Tridents is just that way. Just a little bit through those woods. I get there a different way, but it's still right there. Good enough. I showed you that again so I could show you this. And then us three, it was just four of us. It was Jake, his dad, and Nico. I forget Jake's dad's name. I don't forget him. I remember him perfectly, but I just forget his name for some reason. I pass his house every day. I've been waiting for those guys to be outside so I could wave. We're back in there. I catch them right on one of their trails, and there's a marker where the trail turns.
You guys, I'm just leaving the rest. This is just a couple more minutes. My battery finally goes dead. It's just after an incredible a day and an amazing amount of hours of filming. And I'm just reminiscing about what happened last time I was here.
And it's right like 100 feet from me right now. And where that is, they were hiding right on that. See how it's not human?
Darn it, those moose must have jumped over that teepee again and rubbed a Bigfoot on the tree in there.
I think it used to be. See, look at all this. The sticks, just like. It's real quiet.
So when I say others, this is a great example. In fact, why I do this is a large version of what he looks like. Almost, I call them Stay Puffs because that's what they're nothing like that, but it's what it reminds me of. So it just became a nickname. I have to do word association because I'm half dumb.
If you can only remember one thing about me, remember this. Yes, I am a VIP. That's my uncle who died. On the other side of my uncle. That's at his funeral. He always had backstage passes, so at his funeral. That's what we all had. Yeah, this was it. Okay, I don't want to do this. I'm way up here. I gotta go. Across the trail. Remember, that was there. Here's their trail. This is what we went down. And then down here, there's little ones. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. Because it really happened. See these sticks? Look, this is what they do. That just happens to be an X. That just happens to be an X. These are entangled. Two different species of branches. They'll be right in here. This is where they are. You see, notice. Sticks. The trees look real funky. Like, oh, my battery's dying. Like chopped up. Cut up. Guys, I can't believe my battery's dead. I didn't bring it anywhere to charge it. I have another camera, but this is my phone, though. I need I can't use it up here, but that's my sign. So I think it was that structure right there. It looks different, but when you're coming back, it's open over there and you're coming back into this. And I was walking like this, and on the video, you can just see they're right there. Like, there's like 3 or 4 of them. All just right there as I walk right by them. It's really frustrating. The beginning of the path is sketch. All right, that's it. My battery's going dead. I remember, I was here. I remember even, did you guys see that? I remember talking about how far away it came from just to put that tip across the path. There's a reason they do that. They're taught to do that. Over now. A lot of dirt with a rock. Lots of dirt that don't have holes. It's all being thrown into that forest. The teepee's used for energy, structures. They put those pieces of wood for some things I know, most of it I don't. They protect it. It's protecting them. Like some person really would do, does it? They were in there. I was in there. They were, with Jake was here, they were like stuck on things. Tried it. Over now. Love you guys.